At first, I thought I was surviving daylight savings just fine. Thank you very much. Then, my body and brain caught up. And they both said, "Nope." Now I can barely get out of bed. I've got brain fog. I'm not thinking clearly. I'm overwhelmed by all the life things barreling toward me and all the plans that need to be made. I would love to curl up in the fetal position until the adjustment period passes. But I'm a mother. So instead, I just shuffle forward like a zombie, missing a few essential parts. Namely my colon. Meanwhile, my body is under siege. Spring has arrived. The trees are blasting pollen into the air and onto my car. I've got a stubborn crick in my neck. I pulled a muscle in my back, carrying my 8-year-old daughter across a puddle so her recital tutu would not be compromised. And I am regularly tripping over Edgar, which I suspect is just his latest attempt to take over the house. It is not going very well. The pets don't care, obviously. Daylight savings means nothing to them except this. When are you feeding us? Why are you putting me into bed this early? Why have you changed our schedule? It wasn't me. I would like the record to show it was the government. Every year, they vote to stop this nonsense, and every year, they do absolutely nothing. At this point, I can only assume they enjoy this slow form of torture. Boof has taken the whole thing the worst. We tried an invisible fence. Vibration only, no shock, because we're trying to be gentle. Except the thing was unreliable and buzzed her when she was only 2 feet out the door, which obviously frightened her half to death. So now, she's afraid to use that door. Excellent. She has also gone fully primal when it comes to food. She now lurks for opportunities to steal the cat's meals as though we are starving her on purpose. One morning, I stepped outside for maybe 30 seconds to check on my elderberries for pests. When I looked up, Boof was in the utility room with Mr. Darcy, eating his breakfast. I ran inside, screaming, "Boof, what are you doing?" She bolted off like a criminal who had been caught mid-heist. Mr. Darcy looked at me like, "I will be including this in my report. Now refill the bowl, peasant." Edgar, meanwhile, is also confused by the new schedule, but deeply committed to tyranny. Because in the mornings, when my alarm goes off, I lie there praying, "Lord, please help me survive the time change." Which means I am now getting up late. And Edgar, though supposedly thrown by the new routine, still insists on his exact snuggle quota. I'm glad he loves me. I really am. But this mama is late every morning and does not have time for the kneading, purring, and drooling pageantry. Mr. Darcy, for his part, continues sitting in my lap every evening without fail. We keep adjusting his care strategy, and just when we think we've got him figured out, he spirals again. Tomorrow, we're taking him to a different vet to see if they can help us manage his face better. So there's that, hovering over everything else. And because apparently there is no end to the madness, I now get to spend the next few months trying to keep Edgar from deciding that Piper's velvety, sparkly new tutu is his next emotional support object. Because Tool, as you know, is basically cat nectar. So to summarize, I am a sleep-deprived, pollen-coated, physically falling apart, spiritually pleading for mercy, and surrounded by a dog who steals senior cat breakfast, a kitten who thinks my mornings belong to him, and an elderly gentleman cat whose health remains a constant concern. The habitat is still hopelessly unstable. The apex predators are about to form a picket line against me. Down with daylight savings and its tyranny.